immigration in the late 1800s to early 1900s. Between 1880 and 1930, approximately 28 million immigrants entered the United States.
Most of these immigrants were mostly young males who hoped to earn enough money during a temporary stay in America to be able to afford an increased standard of living upon returning to their homeland. And if that wasn't the reason, others made the journey to America to escape religious, racial, and political persecution, or seek relief from a lack of economic opportunity or famine still pushed many immigrants out of their homelands.
During the mid-1800s, a significant number of Asian immigrants settled in the United States. Lured in by the California gold rush, some 25,000 Chinese had migrated there by the 1850s.
The majority of these newcomers hailed from Northern and Western Europe. Approximately one-third came from Ireland, which experienced a massive famine in the mid-19th century. Almost half of American immigrants were from Ireland alone. Typically impoverished, these Irish immigrants settled near their point of arrival in cities along the East Coast.
After the Civil War, the United States experienced a depression in the 1870s that contributed to a slowdown in immigration. Many foreigners were unwanted due to them being competition for jobs. Immigrants would do a job for a lower amount of money than an actual American citizen, while many other groups such as the Irish and Chinese were discriminated against because of their religious beliefs and exotic backgrounds. Immigration had led to many conflicts amongst the American citizens and foreigners.
Between the 1880 and 1920, a time of rapid industrialization and urbanization, America received more than 20 million immigrants.
Beginning in the 1890s, the majority of arrivals were from Central, Eastern, and Southern Europe. In that decade alone, almost 600,000 Italians migrated to America, and by 1920, more than 4 million had entered the United States. There were also Jews from Eastern Europe who fled religious persecution. They had also arrived in large numbers. Over 2 million had entered the United States between 1880 and 1920.
Prior to 1921, with one exception, the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, immigration in the United States had never been systematically restricted by federal law. That changed with the 1921 Emergency Quota Act and the 1924 Immigration Act, which imposed for the first time a limit on the number of immigrants allowed to enter the United States. The two laws were targeted squarely at the new immigrants. They established a new national origin system that created different quotas for immigrants from each country.
After the establishment of these two acts, immigration had dropped significantly, until now with society today. But now that you have expanded your knowledge on immigration, let's do a little Kahoot to test and see if you really learned anything.